Hello, this is Reshmi Roy. Today I will discuss about the periodic classification of elements. Now, before 19th century, only a few elements were known. So, study of these elements was not a difficult task. But with the passage of time, more and more elements were discovered, and so it was necessary to classify those elements to study their physical and chemical properties properly. Uh, Today I will mainly cover the periodic table made by Mendeleev, and before that also some efforts were made by other scientists. I will cover those things also. First, I will start with Dovere-Inner's triads. Dovere-Inner in 1829 grouped certain elements in the groups of three called triads. The three elements in a triad had similar chemical properties. When the elements in a triad were arranged in order to increasing atomic masses, the atomic mass of the middle element was found to the arithmetic mean of the first and third element. For example, lithium, sodium, and potassium can form a triad, and atomic mass of lithium is 7, whereas sodium is 23, and potassium is 39. If we take mean of lithium and potassium, of atomic mass of lithium and potassium, and divide it by 2, we will get 23, which is exact mass of sodium. Now, it was also found that the chemical and physical properties of the middle element is average of the first and third element. But this concept was not applicable to all elements. So, this concept was discarded. Then in 1864, John Newland arranged the elements known at that time in order of their increasing atomic masses. This is known as Newland's law of octaves. He arranged from lithium to potassium with their increased masses, and it was found that chemical and physical properties are similar in each eight element started from the first one. From this concept, we found that lithium, sodium, and potassium has similar chemical properties. Likewise, beryllium and magnesium has same chemical properties, and boron, aluminium has same chemical properties. But this concept was not valid for heavier elements. So this concept was also not valid for use it in for general purpose. Now Mendeleev's periodic law. The Russian chemist Mendeleev studied the chemical properties of all 63 elements found at that time. He observed the similarities of the elements, and he postulated the law known as Mendeleev's law. And according to Mendeleev's law, properties of the elements are a periodic function of their atomic masses. Mendeleev laid more stress on similarity in the properties of the elements. The order of increasing atomic masses was not strictly followed. Thus, when an element did not seem to fit into the expected position, he left a gap for it. He predicted that the new element would fill those gaps as when discovered. This is Mendeleev's periodic table. The periodic table has 8 columns. Those columns are called as groups, and there are horizontal lines. The elements were arranged in horizontal lines, and those lines are called as periods. In Mendeleev's period, physical and chemical properties are changed when we go from left side to the right side. And it was also found that the chemical and physical properties are same for the elements which are placed in same groups. For example, when in first group lithium, sodium, potassium, and rubidium has similar chemical properties, and in the group 2, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium has similar chemical properties, and so on. But there are many anomalies found in Mendeleev's periodic table. which is one of these is that the position of hydrogen. Hydrogen can form anions, cations like alkali metals, and also can form anions like halides. So they could hydrogen could be placed in group 1 as well as in group 7, but the position of hydrogen was not clear in Mendeleev's periodic table. And there was also some more anomalies. Here, the copper was placed in group 1 with lithium, sodium, potassium. But the chemical property of copper is completely different from lithium, sodium, potassium. So this kind of anomalies were not properly explained. Also, it was found that position of isotopes. Isotopes have same atomic numbers, but their atomic mass are different. So, according to Mendeleev's law, the isotopes could be placed in different groups, but in reality, the isotopes are placed in the same place in periodic table. So, this anomaly could not be explained properly. Now, grouping of chemically similar, dissimilar elements, which I have already discussed. Now, separation of chemically similar elements. Certain elements are chemically similar, like gold and platinum, copper and mercury. But in periodic table, although despite of their similarities, they are placed in different groups in Mendeleev's periodic table. So now inversion in periodic table. Here it was found that in Mendeleev's periodic table, cobalt having higher atomic mass had been placed before nickel having lower atomic mass. This kind of anomalies were not properly discussed. So due to this due to this kind of discrepancy, Mendeleev's periodic table was also later modified, and now modern periodic table has been developed, which I am not discussing here.